So you remember how in last week's episode I was like, does anybody come back? Do people stay dead in this world?
I mean...
I was like, they kept her around for a while. Yeah. I feel like we might be doing something with this.
The only person I know is... It's like really alarming, actually. No, not all at the same time, like in succession. So there's one. It just like keeps happening.
Hello, everybody. I'm Will.
And I'm Kristen.
And this is I'm watching Dune Prophecy, Season 1, Episode 3.
Sisterhood above all. See if you can put the German title below, because when we paused it out there, the title on HBO was German. It was like Die Schweister or something.
Is German part of the lore?
No. It's just Sisterhood above all. But on the TV, it was in German.
I just, like, sometimes it's like that Shadow and Bone series, you could tell was, like, rooted in Russian, lore, and I was like, I'm pretty sure there was a lot of, like, Middle Eastern Islamic lore in the Dune. Shai Halud.
Yeah.
Halud? I liked this one.
Yeah.
I am slightly having that thing where I feel like I'm doing something wrong, just because there's a lot of characters, and they all have unconventional fantasy names, and there's a lot of places and planets in particular. And so there's a part of me where I'm like, so wait, who is that again? Like, wait, what are we doing again? But I enjoyed this a lot. I like that it was a flashback. I like what it had to say about the characters. It is largely exactly what I thought. However, it's still nice to... to see it unfold, fill in some blanks.
Absolutely.
I was a little bit hesitant about the going back and forth, but I think that it worked.
I think I'd be more hesitant about it if especially young Valia wasn't so good. She is so good. Her name is Jessica Barden.
I think both of them are.
Yes, and her name is Emma Canning.
This is some Yellow Jackets casting.
Unbelievably good. So good. Plus, we got the absolutely incomparable Polly Walker.
So they didn't stand a chance. Polly Walker was their mother.
Polly Walker was their mother, and fucking Robert Baratheon was their dad. There was literally nowhere, or maybe their uncle, but regardless, there was no way for them to win.
So I'm still uncertain. The Harkonnens and the Atreides are...
it is seemingly like many millennia old, their feud.
That's one of the things. Blood feuds, I have no patience, I have no tolerance. I'm like, I don't care. I hope you kill each other. I hope you all die so that we never have to hear about this again.
Sure, 100%. So I will say it works for me in this because it works for me in Dune because for a while, completely, the Atreides, even once Paul is so high on his own supply and it's like, yes, I am the Messiah, the Atreides are just so clearly the better choice. But then also in this, because it's so far removed from that, I'm like, Valia is obviously the correct choice. She's
just so ruthless.
She's awesome, and I did love seeing the same but different ruthlessness in Tula. The fact that she seems so much more reserved and so much more gentle and caring. And, we haven't really seen Valia love any of the sisters, except...
That was a plot of this episode.
Well, yeah, she likes Theodosia. She likes Sister Theodosia for sure. But Tula loves Lila, like a daughter. And so to see her not only have the chutzpah it takes to kill like 40 men and then
without breaking a sweat.
I know
she did. Her voice was weird though. Was that when she told him, when they woke up next morning, her voice was kind of raw?
I think she was just sad.
Okay.
Also, he apparently took her to Pound Town, so maybe she was hoarse from that. But I suspect she put that poison in the mud they rubbed all over themselves. Yeah. which is
In which case,
inspired.
well, yeah, and they also beautifully established it with both
Yeah.
the boy who is still out there. I'm like, I feel like that's
That's because the Atreides aren't dead forever, obviously.
Oh, so was that all of the seemingly all? So
like 40 of them.
I can't get away from them. It seems like they're everywhere. It's like Smiths or something. No,
so I can't imagine it was like every Atreides man, but certainly Ori and his whole family.
So what is the source of the feud? It was during the war?
Something happened during the war, and Atreides basically called a Harkonnen a war criminal, and it basically took their stock to zero.
Okay.
So that's
why
the
Harkonnens were banished. They were whalers on the moon. They carried harpoons.
The freshest hell I can imagine. Just horrible.
And Valia, and again, it's like 150 years removed at this point.
Yes, from that. But then their brother went to go find an Atreides that did something else as well. But that Atreides, which I assume was Ori, killed their brother.
Well, it was but we didn't actually get that until the end of the episode. Okay. So their brother Garrett was his name? Griffin. He was the best. He was everybody's favorite. And
I was getting real boy mom energy from Polly Walker. My daughters exist, but not my beautiful son.
Well,
take my eyes, but not the shirt.
But he had like fallen through the ice at one point, and Valia saved him. They had a special bond.
Well, she used the voice, yeah,
and so seemingly that's the first time she used it. So she had it before, her sisterhood training,
because she did it to Mother Raquella.
Oh yeah,
and Raquella was like, "Have you done that before?" And she was like, "Only once." Yeah, because she had a really, really hard. She couldn't take the sisterhood above all vow, so she's just out there in the rain for I don't know days until Raquella comes out and is like, "You need to come inside."
You can't handle another lawsuit.
Come on. And so then Raquella is like takes her under her wing, shows her all the genetic code. Is really favoring her above Dorothea.
Why does Raquella like her so much? Because of her ambition? Because of her?
No, she specifically doesn't seem to like the ambition because it's not sisterhood above all.
Well, I get the sense that she thinks she could hone it, though.
Sure.
That ambition will carry you far once you learn how to be a team player.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, she's a team player for some of the team.
Yeah. Well, the problem, I was really in a place of I think Dorothea could have been reasoned with. Mm-hmm. Not anymore. That bitch has got to go. She is so smug and self-righteous, especially at the end of this when she's holding court with the rest of the sisters and Valia is going home to take care of the rest of the family stuff that she's got to do. And someone calls her a coward and I'm just like, okay. It's called The Agony.
Well, and also it's a little bit like, what is it from Coven, the Seven Wonders or whatever. Yeah. I got this, I don't think they said this, but you get the sense that you only get one shot at this.
You 100% only get one shot because you either make it through or you die.
And so Valia was like, you know what? I've got some unfinished business, which she did.
And the other thing too is that Raquella, because I think she has so much faith in her, she's like, go back to your ice planet, fix your shit, and then
come back.
And then do the agony by yourself while you're there, and then come back and we'll talk. But either do it or don't come back at all, basically. Which I kind of loved that also. But then she did it outside on the cliffside in the snow.
Dramatic.
I mean, we know she lives, but I was like, again, the freshest hell I can imagine.
Was killing Ori, that was Valia's plan? Mm-hmm. And she just instructed Tula to do it? Mm-hmm. Okay.
I do think Tula...
The horse part was actually really brilliant. It was really good. It was world building, it was character informing, and it endeared the audience to all of them before the double cross. Because I had no concept there was a double cross coming.
Me neither. I also think it did still illustrate the fact that Tula has mercy. Mm-hmm. Because she found.
The horse isn't an Atreides.
Well, I mean, yes, he is. But she figured out the quickest way to kill the horse so it wouldn't continue to be in pain, and she let the boy go.
Mm-hmm.
So,
what was the bull?
That's the symbol of House Atreides.
Okay.
And they said something in the after show where it was like
it kills somebody.
This animal. Well, a bull kills an Atreides at some point.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah, but they said something in the after show where it was like this. She like looks up at this animal that's like now alive because they were preparing for a hunt, is what they were doing, and so it's like that animal's now alive, but only because of like all of the.
I didn't understand that when he said that. Yeah. Now I get it.
Yeah.
I liked that whatever that planet was.
That's the Atreides planet.
Okay.
It's where we are at the beginning of the first two.
Okay.
Caladan. Yeah.
I like that planet.
Yeah.
Well,
I like their water.
Well, and I liked their huts.
Yeah.
It's
like a little A-frame.
Mm-hmm. But I like them. I like the like the glamping aspect to the entire world.
Sure.
Where it's like there is modern technology and science, but also it is very antiquity.
Yeah.
I'm very into that. I also mentioned that
it's like the other end of the spectrum from steampunk. It's like it's on the same spectrum, but it's like steampunk is very maximalist and this is very brutalist and minimal.
I like this a lot. It very much reminds me of the Star Wars prequels if they had edge and trusted the audience.
Yeah. Well, and if
maybe a little too much.
Yeah, a little too much. Yeah, I was just gonna keep being mean, so I won't. I was just gonna like and also if the director picks good takes instead of bad ones,
mean towards the prequels. When Lila went under, when she did the agony, Mother Raquella told her the other part of the prophecy was that there was going to be someone born twice, once from blood and once from spice.
Yeah.
And so at the beginning of this episode, Valia just assumed that was Desmond Hart.
We all kind of did, because he was obviously born once and then the Shai-Hulud spit him out. That's spice.
But we're now thinking it also could be Lila.
Because Tula is going a little rogue. She was first of all keeping her alive with like some electrodes and like a breathing machine and stuff. And then this other sister, who I haven't caught her name yet, she basically was like, you're not supposed to be doing that. Like, we have to stop this. So they brought all the rest of the sisters in to like say goodbye to her. Sister Jen was very like, she shouldn't have been doing this. She was a child. And the older sister was
she
like,
kind of let Tula have it. And I was
she
like,
did. I don't think she necessarily should, but I also kind of liked it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm afraid of Tula. I don't know if that's only because I have inside information, but
I'm not afraid of her. I just am like, there's like a healthy respect.
I wouldn't be coming at any of the mothers with that energy.
But again, I think that Tula has not necessarily been that savage again. And so basically they take all the stuff off of her, and then Tula is very like, I gotta go shit on the coast. She's like, gets out, she's going, I'm gonna put this in storage, bye! And it turns out in the chamber of genetic code, she has Lila like
incubated.
Yeah, in like a Snow White coffin. And she's
really
like,
pretty.
It's really pretty. And she's like, Spice can like heal the mind or whatever. And so she's just like in a coffin of
she's like in a stasis.
Yeah.
Like, so she is technically still, she hasn't died yet.
Yeah. And again, then she would be born in spice, which is, and then Valia took Theodosia to go see her nephew and Mark Addy, who I assume is her uncle then.
And he's old. He's still alive and older and in a floating wheelchair.
In a hovery thing, just like.
But I don't know why, and I don't know what any of that means.
Yeah.
Which is fine.
So, I did love that Theodosia was like, where are we going? And she said the last place anyone would expect me to be. So.
3 o'clock matinee for Gladiator 2.
I mean. Come on.
I think a part of me expected or wanted to feel a little bit more enraptured. But I'm enjoying it. We
only just realized today that there are only 6 episodes.
That
so there's
doesn't
only 3 more, which doesn't feel like enough. And I'm not I guess I'm not sure. I guess we don't know yet.
I like
if there's
some
going to be
shows
another
that are,
season.
yeah, I don't know. I think it's just sort of, as of right now, I think it's only being mediumly received.
That's too bad because there's 10,000 years that we can pull from. It feels
And also,
like a
I'm
waste.
just so tired of watching like men, just watching like gangster shows and stuff. And I'm like, why can't? And I mean, they've attempted at this point now. They've attempted a handful of times to give space witches, but it's not fully sticking.
I was just gonna say, cut to me in like 1 month rewatching every single Marvel Netflix show to get ready for Daredevil.
I don't.
And then get so
disappointed. I don't have it in me. I don't have it in me.
I'm just gonna put it on while I'm working.
I would watch Daredevil again. 3. There was 3 seasons. I would watch the first season of Jessica Jones again. I would watch. Actually, I might watch both Punishers. I like the first one more than the second one, but I remember kind of liking the second one. And then I might watch The Defenders for Sigourney Weaver. What the hell was that? Yeah, that's her name. Yeah, okay. I pictured Samara Weaving when I said it. Sigourney Weaver reasons.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
For me, it's really just the Daredevil and
Punisher.
The Punisher, because those are going to feed into it the most, because Frank is in the new thing as well. I still haven't seen Deborah Ann Wall in another outfit. I think she's dead. I'm so mad.
But yeah, no, this feels like we should have gotten 8. 10 might be too much. Remember back when 12 was considered a short order, and now if we get 12, I'm gonna be like, it must be my birthday.
Exactly.
12 whole episodes?
Oh my god.
They're gonna start giving us like 3.5. I don't know. So
just make a movie. just make a movie, man.
So yeah, let us know what you think, and we'll be back at some point to talk about the rest of it.
Yes, we will. Bye.